Good evening, I am Saurabh Shukla and this is Battle for Karnataka, our special on what this election result means for you and me. The big takeaway of this result is that BJP, which has gained significantly in Karnataka, although it's still short of the magic number, has the ability now to get into the general election mode with renewed vigor and renewed confidence. Second, Narendra Modi's own personal charisma works very well. Third, Rahul Gandhi has a long way to go, and if they don't unite, opposition will perish. So these are the big takeaways from this Karnataka election. Although there is some twist in the tail, while it seemed that BJP is all set to form the government on its own, now it will need the support of JDS or some Congress rebels, and there are hectic back channel parlays to make sure that happens. Meanwhile, the Congress has played its own card. It has actually supported HD Kumaraswamy of JDS for the Chief Minister's chair, and they've gone to the governor with a letter of support. The ball is now in governor's court, and we will tell you what this means for the politics in Karnataka and the national politics. Now we go to our news pit where my colleague Shipra Narayan is standing by with more details on what this election results means and what are the big takeaways. Over to you, Shipra.
Thank you, Saurabh. Yes, absolutely. We have a whole roundup ready here, and I think it's been a heavy day in Karnataka. A lot of things have happened from a time when towards late afternoon, early afternoon, when we thought it was a very clear mandate that it's BJP all the way. Suddenly, Congress came up with the caveat. Congress went ahead, spoke to JDS, and what we had after that. It has been a complete turn of situations, a twirl around of situations that has happened in Karnataka. JDS and Congress have gone ahead and submitted to the governor the right to form a government, whereas at the same time BJP has gone ahead and asked and claimed to form the government. So a lot of things happening in Karnataka. What are the key takeaways that we have here? So one thing is very clear, that even though BJP is the largest party which has got seats in Karnataka, it is very clear that if Congress and JDS are given the right to form a government, it is going to be a fractured mandate. There have been mixed numbers. Of course, Congress has not done as well, and it's very evident, and same with JDS. But then if they come together, things have changed. So that's something that is coming up. Karnataka is also going to pave the way forward for other state elections that are going to come in. There's Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, and a lot of it depends upon how and what happens in Karnataka. Post-alliance mandates, which is what Congress and JDS have done, has led to a huge debate. Is that something which is allowed by the constitution or not? So there is a BJP which is saying that no, post-alliance, post-poll alliance is something which is not allowed by the constitution. Congress, of course, has examples of Goa and Manipur to sort after. Let's go to our news pit here, and we have Shraddha here, who's going to give us a final roundup of what is the voting percentage? How has things shaped up? Shraddha, hi. How has the day been?
It's been eventful.
It's been eventful.
Yeah.
And what does the final number tally look up to?
So according to the Election Commission, we can see that the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, has 199 seats and it's leading in 5. So the total is 104. And Indian National Congress, has 176 seats.
Right.
So that we can see the percentage, that is 38%. And for BJP, it's 36.2%.
So which means that out of 112 which is required by a party to form a government, BJP is clearly running short of 8 seats, right?
And JDS has 37.
So
they
the
have won all of this.
Is way beyond 112.
Exactly.
So what else? How does the other
so we've also compared the urban and rural population percentage, and we've seen that the urban has only voted 51%, while we've also compared that while in 2013 they had voted for 57.33%. 57.33% urban people voted in 2013.
And whereas this year it was?
It's 51%.
So it has clearly come down.
Yeah, it has come down. And you can also see, I even compared compared it from 2008, where the urban had just voted for 44%, while the rural had voted for 72.5%.
Oh, that's
and even this year, the rural has voted for 78.25%.
Right.
Yeah. So we can see that the trend continues even after decades.
Right.
So that is it. And even then, that's the Bengaluru. And in Mysuru, urban is 66.88%, while in Gulbarga, it's 56.03%.
Right.
So
it is, of course, also very visible that Karnataka has a lot of urban population.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Thanks, Shraddha. Thank you for those numbers. I move on to Rashi. Rashi, of course, is the person who's been working the whole day long, providing us numbers, analysis. Rashi, I have a very interesting question from you. We've seen JDS and Congress coming together. We've also seen that there was a point where BJP was trying to woo JDS. But tell me, during the time they were all campaigning, there were times when a lot of things were said.
Yeah.
And could you just recall and let our viewers know what was happening? Everybody was talking about JDS.
See, there's this strange, saying that politics makes for strange bedfellows.
Right.
I think that's apt for this situation because during the campaign, both Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi said, or rather accused JDS of supporting or having an secret alliance with the other party.
Right.
They went on saying saying things like JDS secular is rather JDS Sangh Parivar, who is secretly supporting BJP or is a team BJP.
Right.
And Narendra Modi went on to saying that it's clearly behind their backs, they're supporting Congress and they don't want audience to know. So things clearly changed after the polls, I would say, because now they are both trying to woo JDS.
So perform or perish, suddenly everybody seems to forget everything. It's finally the numbers that come in.
Finally the numbers come in.
Thank you so much. We have Nina here, and somewhere in the afternoon, Nina and I had also done an analysis to see what is the economic and financial scenario like. How has it been earlier when Congress was in power? Nina, how has the day been, and what do you see? What are the various scenarios that we have if Congress and JDS do come in power? What does the economic scenario look like? And if it's BJP, what do you think is the scenario going to be?
So it's been a day which started off as winner takes all, ended as a cliffhanger. The markets clearly like winner takes it all. It also means that for the market it means continuity. They like continuity. The markets and the financial investors gave a big thumbs up to Modi and his schemes, Make in India, Startup India, Digital India.
Absolutely.
They reached an all-time high. When the indication came that the government, the BJP will not have as many seats as to make a majority, the market slipped into the red. I think there's no better indication. They also see it as an indicator for 2019 polls. Right? They want continuity. They don't want a fractured mandate, and I think it's clear.
And the fact that Karnataka is a big investor bet for us. I mean, there is huge money there, and they're all going to be watching.
Let's not forget that the biggest investment of $16 billion came in last week in Karnataka.
Obviously, it's upon us that we ensure them continuity. Thanks, Nina. That was an interesting update. Let's now go to Abhid, our senior news editor. And Abhid, there's a very interesting question that still, let's move a little this side, that still needs to be answered. That if there is a scenario where BJP does form the government, there is going to be Congress and now the newfound love for JDS as the alliance in the opposition.
Certainly.
How do you see this marriage working and the role of this opposition in times to come in Karnataka?
Look, Shipra, with this Karnataka polls, one thing is very much clear that to take on BJP, you need to the opposition need to come in alliance. Okay, no single party can take on BJP. Like that is what it's proved after the Karnataka polls or Gujarat polls. We saw that, and there, as you saw, like we discussed in the lives as well. Like there's a saffron surge in whole India. Okay, and now like after these elections, it's clear that BJP is trying to go for a saffron run in South India. Right.
So how does the Congress and JDS look as an opposition? Do you think it's going to be just what they did today was just convenience, or is it going to be a long-term marriage?
I don't think it will be a long-term marriage because they have ideological differences from from a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a temporary thing, I'd say, just to get the power. Okay, I don't think it will be a stable government if they make the government. They are getting the numbers though, but yeah, it's not that stable. The stability, I don't think there will be.
So I think that's interesting, because stability, whether they are in the government or stability whether they are in the opposition, Congress and JDS is going to be a union that all of us are going to look forward to.
One more point, keeping 2019 polls in our mind. The opposition need to do some brainstorming and they should come together. In fact, Mamata Banerjee also said in a tweet they should not they could have done better, and a good strategy is needed, and all opposition parties should sit together. No matter which party comes in the power in 2019, but we need a strong opposition.
Absolutely.
So the opposition parties should sit together and do some brainstorming.
And I think that's exactly, Abhit has nailed it. There is a saffron surge, as he rightfully said. 2019 could be a saffron surge taking over us all over again, and this is where the role of opposition, the role of the smaller parties coming together with big parties like Congress and getting an opposition strategy together is what is going to be good, not just for parties, for political scene, but also for the country, for the democracy called India. Keep seeing the latest updates from News Mobile. We're going to come back to you with Karnataka and with the latest news. Thank you.
Thank you, Shipra. You heard what the News Mobile team had to say, giving you a perspective of what this election result means. But to sum it up, the big scenario that can emerge from here on are the following. First, the BJP will get invited, most likely, by the Karnataka governor to prove its numbers in Vidhan Sabha. And given the fact it's the backroom boys, the BJP has already parked in Bangalore, the strategic think tank led by its party president Amit Shah, it's likely that BJP will manage the numbers and will form the government in Karnataka. That will also herald the southern surge that BJP has been wanting to do, and clearly there will be other states that will be there on the horizon. The second scenario, obviously, which the Congress and JDS are banking on, that they manage somehow to form the government. For now, that scenario looks remote to me. But one big takeaway from this election is that don't wish away the might of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah combined, because they clearly know how to win elections, and that's what matters, especially when it comes in a democracy of India's size. Yes, the opposition has to play a paramount role. The opposition also has to realize that without opposition unity, they cannot expect to take on this BJP machine. We will keep you posted on every bit of the story, because this story is still evolving, but stay tuned to News Mobile.